G'day folks, Corey here. This is the second video for the course, Get on Top of Google. Now just going back one step into the first video, it's really important that we know exactly what we're trying to win for on Google, because it's a search tool. So that's probably the most important thing from the first video was the bullseye phrase and maybe the meta title. So what is that one key phrase you're trying to win for is really where our content creation, website work comes down to. What is the point of trying to win on Google? And once we know that goal, we can start to formulate content ideas, set some targets around that. Now, for the second video, this is potentially painful. So we're going to just blurt it all out and get you to do the stuff. And if there's any issues, you can reach out and ask for help. So this one is all about tech setups. Okay, so a lot of the stuff you will already have in place. Okay, so that's the good news. I think that a lot of this stuff you will have in place, maybe not 1 and 2. Okay, so there's 5 steps here, and I want you to simply work through them and get them done. Okay, your first step when you encounter a problem is to Google it. The second step is to ask me, but that's not always easy because I'm a very busy human. So the first one is Google Search Console. Now, Google Search Console is quite simply amazing. What that does is it gives you real data from Google about how your website is showing up on search. So it'll tell you how many impressions are coming up. So when people Google for something, is your website coming up in search somewhere? That's an impression. If it's there on the page of Google search results, that's an impression. And then if somebody clicks on your website, which is what we want, then it'll tell you that as well. And it gives you all this rich data about the clicks you're getting, which pages are getting clicks, which phrases you are appearing for. Most importantly, I guess the big idea about Google Search Console is it's giving you loads of information about how you're tracking with impressions and clicks on real search. So for example, if you are a real estate agent in Ponsonby and you look at Google Search Console, it'll give you all the data about who's appearing where, and well, more so for your website, it'll tell you how much your website is appearing on all those phrases related to real estate agent Ponsonby. So the thing is, just go and get it done. Okay, so go to that link there, search.google.com. I'll have this in the description for the video. You may already have access to this data. If you don't, I want you to solve this problem and get it done. So hook your website up to Google Search Console. That is that task. And I know people will ask for help. However, Google it first, because for some website platforms, it's really, really easy. For some, it's a little bit trickier. But what you get is this amazing data. And what us SEO people do, we watch this daily for our clients and our websites to see how our traffic is trending, where we're showing up, why we're showing up, and what the trends are doing. And we do things to our website and we look at what that does to the trends. So please get that one done. Number 2 is Mangools Keyword Tracking. Now this link here is an affiliate link. So if you did end up buying this software, I'd get a small cut of the action at no cost to you. However, why I've put this link here in particular is there's a free trial. Now, I think that's a 14-day free trial. I could be wrong, but that's enough time to set up Mangools, which is awesome. I use it every single day in my work. Now, what I use it for is for every website I work on, I have keywords that I'm tracking for. So for example, if it's my own website, I will be tracking things like SEO New Zealand, Tauranga SEO, digital marketing New Zealand, all that sort of stuff. And it'll give me data on where I'm tracking in terms of the rankings for those keywords. And it'll also give me the trends. It'll show me how much traffic there is for those words, which is really, really important, because there's no point creating a website around words that get no traffic. It'll also give you competitive information on how easy or hard those words are to win on Google. So as an SEO professional, these top two tools are my daily bread and butter. I use them every single day. Without them, I'm flying blind. I have no idea what I'm doing. With them, I know with Mangools, I know exactly how my keywords are tracking and what I should be doing, which words are getting more volume, how many clicks I'm getting. Google Search Console gives me way more data about Google search. And so between the two, I can create a really good picture of how my search volume is going and how I'm tracking. Okay, and this Mangools is great. It'll give you screenshots of who's ranking up the top. It'll tell you if there's any issues with your website. It'll give you data about the words, how hard they are to win, who's tracking where, your trends. It's just a must. So go to that website and organize that. Use the free trial, and really importantly, set up your keywords. So you're going to have your keywords that you know people search for on your website. Using Mangools, you can put your website in there. It'll tell you what words you're already ranking for. You can then do all sorts of research on Mangools to figure out which words you should be tracking. So if it was a mortgage broker in Wellington, you would track mortgage broker Wellington, mortgage advisor Wellington, mortgage broker NZ, home loans, all those things. You'd be tracking them just to see how you're going. So please grab Mangools. Any questions about that, let me know. It's really easy to sign up for, but use that free trial so you can get the keyword data and kind of steer your ship and know which phrases you should be chasing on Google, because for most small businesses, you don't need to track 50 keywords. You've probably got 3 or 4 that are really important, and Mangools will help you figure out the important ones. Now, the next one, so that was a lot of information. Just go and jump on that link and sign up and track some keywords and you'll be sweet. Google Business Profile, I'm sure you've already got that. Okay, I'm sure you will have that. We'll be using that in this course. Google Analytics or equivalent. So for some website builders, they'll have their own version of Google Analytics. Google Analytics or equivalent is more about where's the traffic coming from to your website. So for example, you might be getting some social media traffic to your website. You might be getting some clicks from your emails. You might be getting people typing in your website directly, and you might also be getting traffic from Google search, we hope. So Google Analytics tells you more about where the people are coming from to your website, where they're going on your website, what they're doing, how long they're sticking around. So that gives you intel about the activities on the website, whereas Google Search Console tells you more about which words and phrases and pages are getting them to your website. Now, so Google Analytics, again, if you haven't installed that on your website, I'd be surprised, but some people haven't, so get onto it. If you use another platform like Wix, they've got their own inbuilt analytic data. That's all useful stuff. It's good to know, so please get onto that as well. Now, the next step 5 for this video is I want you to go and hop onto these 3 websites. Links will be in there, and just run some free audits. Now, this is beyond the scope of this course. We're not going to do a full technical audit of your website and fix up all the technical issues, but there's a few things that you'll pick up quickly that you might be able to fix yourself or cheaply. So run your website through these 3 websites: SEOreviewtools.com. There's a few tools on there. GT Metrics. Now, that's the best speed website around, so you need to figure that one out. Just go in there, pop your website in there, and see if your website is fast enough. And website.creator is just a good basic tool that gives you the basics. If there's anything out of whack, like you might have some images that are too big, or you might be missing some alt tags on your images, it'll also give you some intel about your speed as well. So go and run your website through those 3 websites. Importantly, if your website is not loading quickly, you do need to fix that, because Google hates that. Okay, so just to reiterate the crux of this video, Google Search Console, connect that up, connect up with Mangools. You can ask me about keywords, but dive in there and play around. Google Business Profile, You've probably already got that going. Google Analytics or equivalent, I'm sure you've got something there. And then just run your website through here and see if there's any obvious technical issues that need to be fixed. Okay, that's the video, guys. I expect there'll be questions, so hit me. But before you do, please Google anything. It's probably just as easy to do that and probably faster as well. Thanks for your time. Talk soon. Bye for now.